Hi everybody, this is Sheila. Welcome back to the Crochet Nurse channel. Today what we're going to create is this two-sided scrubby. As you can see on this side we have raised nodules to make it extra scrubby, and on the back side it is a little bit smoother. This is a two-sided project, but I'm going to show you how to create it out of one strand, and so that way there's no sewing involved. If you like this kind of content, please hit the bell, subscribe from below, and make sure to hit the bell so you're notified when I have upcoming videos. For this project, the type of yarn that we're going to use is Yarn Bee Scrubology. I'm going to use the color of Blue Thistle. That's what's here. For those who are aware, this type of yarn can be found at Hobby Lobby, regularly priced at $4.29 for the 79 yards that comes in here. Every other week Hobby Lobby has a sale, 30% off of their yarn sale, and so I actually got this yarn for $3 for this skein of the Scrubology. Blue Thistle, this is 100% nylon yarn, and it is a rather thick yarn for those who have used it. Like I say, 79 yards comes in here, and it recommends a size J hook, and that is the size of hook that we will be using today. Get in there so you can get it to focus. There we go. A size J hook is what we're going to use, and you will also need one stitch marker as well. However, that said, if you do not have this brand of yarn or this type of nylon yarn, you absolutely can use cotton, peaches and cream, or something along those lines. But if you're going to use a cotton yarn, which I would recommend because this is going to go into the kitchen, you can use it, do a double stranding, and then use the recommended hook size for the double stranding. So if you're ready to get going and create this project with me, grab your yarn, grab your hook and your stitch marker, and let's get cooking. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a slip knot, and then we're going to insert the hook, and we're going to chain 11. And this is going to be kind of tight. 8, 9, 10, 11. And this is going to be the length. It doesn't seem like it's going to be long enough, but it will be. It kind of stretches out a little bit. All right. And what we're going to do at this point is you're going to single crochet in the sink it chain from the hook. This is the first. This is the sink it. And we're going to go in and we're going to single crochet in the sink it chain from the hook. And then single crochet all the way down the chain. So you got to tug it through there. And I will meet. And that's 8, 9, and then 10. And this last one down here. Oops. Let's grab it again. Gets a little tight in there. Okay, let's move back to the beginning here. We're going to put a stitch marker in our first stitch here. Okay, and we should have put that in the first stitch, and we should have 10 along the top now. In this last stitch where you just put in that number 10, you want to add 2 more stitches to that same one. So on stitch number 10, you opened it up, put one in there. You want to put 2 more single crochets in there. This will allow us to get around the corner. Same spot. And there's 2 in there. Allows us to make it around the corner like that. Now we're going to go 10 down the back side. So it's 10 on each side, and then we're doing an extra 3 at that end. So now we're going to go down, there's 3, and we're going to keep going, and when we get to the end, we're going to put 2 extra stitches. That's 9 and 10. And because I'm putting 10, this is number 10, I'm going to put 2 extra in that same place. So there's one more, and there's my second extra one. Now I've made it all the way back around to the beginning. I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and I am going to slip stitch into that stitch there where my stitch marker was. Okay, and you can actually take a peek and you can see that your stitches will line up. From here, we actually are going to chain 1, and we are going to half double crochet right back into that same stitch. And then we're going to half double crochet into the next 11. And this is going to be actually the back side of the scrubby. So we're going to half double crochet, and you're going to have to tug it, especially if you're using the Scrubology. You'll have to tug it because it wants to fold on itself. Okay. And you can see me pulling on it, and you can see how that looks there. Okay, down to the end, and we're going to go right around the curve in the half double crochet. There's my stitch there, I could see it. Grab it in there. Okay, and we're going to go round and round. Okay, now we've made it to this side, and you can see you have the little boat on this side. It's kind of made it a little bit higher, and it no longer matches. All right, and that's actually what you want it to look like at this point. I have one more in there. Nope, I got that one. All right, so now we're going to start the front side. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You need 10 stitches along the front side. That's what you're looking for. So on the next stitch, you're actually going to do a single crochet. Now we're starting on the front side. The next stitch after that, you're going to go in, start the single crochet, pull it up. You have 2 on your hook, and then we're going to chain 3 with leaving the second strand on your hook. 2, chain 2, there's my chain 3. So this is what it's going to look like. You have a chain 3 plus this extra strand on your hook. Now we're going to go down to the base of this chain 3, insert the hook, pull it through. So now we have 3 on our hook, and then pull all the way through. And that is going to create the bobble on the other side. Okay, the very next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. So it's going to, this is your pattern for the back side or the front. So it's going to be a single crochet, and then the next stitch is going to be a single crochet with a picot. So single, pull in, start the single crochet, bring up 2 on the hook, then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So it looks like that. Put your hook in to the base of that chain, pull up for 3, then pull it all the way through. And on that next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet, which is going to lock it down. And when you bump it forward, you're going to see on top what you have is a single crochet and then your picot. All right, so we're ready for the next one. We just did our single crochet, so now we're going to go in, pull up, chain 3 with that extra piece of yarn on the hook, like that. Going right in here to the base of that chain 3, pulling through, and now I'm going to pull through all 3, and it will be tight. Get some more yarn here. The next one after that is going to be a single crochet, which is going to lock it down. Now we have 1, 2, 3. We're on the front side. As you can see, I told you it's a 2 plus 1. So we need 2 more bobbles. That's how you can actually keep track of what you're doing. So now I'm going to do it again. Pull it up. Chain 3. Like I say, it's going to get tight in there. Chain 3. Go down to the base. Grab it. And then pull it through. And there's my bobble. Lock it down with a single crochet. I need one more. There's that. I can see the stitch. There it is, ready for me. Pull it up. Chain 3, 2, and 3. Oop, I don't want to go through both. I only want to go through one. Push it through the bottom. Have 3 on your hook. And then pull it through. And then lock it down with a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That starts the front side of the scrubber. Now that we have the front done, we just need to go around. So we're at the end, and in here we're going to go right back into our half double crochets. So our ends are going to be our half double crochets. All right. And we're going to jump right in. So we've made it basically around. And you're going to do half double crochets around until you get to the other end. I say, you're going to push it in there and get those half double crochets in. You need the height from the half double crochet because of what we're putting on the front side of this scrubber. And you can see that I'm tugging it, as I told you before. So get that all the way around to the other end. Get your half double crochets in all the way around to the other end, and I'll meet you there. Alright, I made it to the end, and you can see I'm pulling my string thread through. So remember, the ends are still going to be a half double crochet, so I'm going to go ahead and do my half double crochets to around each of the ends as well. And I have one more in there. So we've made it back. Get that in there. Get in there. Okay. We made it back to the front. Okay. So what you want to think about here is what it's going to look like. You want your bobble to be every other one. So I'm going to push it this way so you can see. So I just finished this stitch right here. I am here, and this is actually the stitch that's attached to this bobble, and you can see it kind of poking through. So, but what I want to do is I want to alternate my bobbles to give me more scrubbing power when I'm actually using this, or my husband when he's using it, because he's the one who uses it. So anyway, so we've made my half double crochets all the way around here. So when I get to my first bobble, instead of creating another bobble, I'm actually going to do my single crochet in that stitch, and in the where I had my single crochet, that's where I'm going to create my next bobble. So I'm going to go in, pull it back, and I'm going to chain 3, go down and grab that, pull it through, and all the way through, and there's my bobble. Then on top of that other bobble, that's where I'm actually going to do my single crochet. And it'll try to move around on you. Next space that's available, I'm going to go in and do my chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Go down at the bottom of the chain, grab it, and pull it through. I can either do a yarn over to pull through or just do a straight pull through. Either one will give you that nice bobble on the front. And then the next stitch on top of that bobble, I'm going to do my single crochet to lock it down. And that, my friends, is the pattern. So you're going to have on the back side, depends on how you want to talk about it, on the front side we're going to do every other one. We're going to have our little bobble that we're going to do. Do my single crochet on that, lock it down. And the next one I'm going to do, and then on the back side you're going to do half double crochet. And you'll know when you're pretty much done, because you can flip it and you can see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3 right here. I just finished this bobble. There's my single crochet. And I need to, you can tell when you push it around, you can tell what you need to do. There's that one, that one, that one, and you can see that it's starting to alternate. There. This one I pulled through, probably because I got distracted talking. So I need a bobble there actually. Push it through, get me going here. 1, 2, and 3. Bring it in and push it through. And on top of that bobble, I'm going to put my single crochet. That's the reason that you're actually doing a single crochet on every other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. There I go. And there it is. Bring it in and single crochet. Now I've made it to my end, right? So what am I going to do? I am going to do a half double crochet all the way around again until I make it to my bobble again. So I'm going to start here, half double crochet all the way around, and when I get here I can do my bobble here, single crochet, bobble, single crochet, and then I'm going to alternate until I get to the size that I want. It'll just keep building up as we go round and round, and it'll keep building. At this point, just depends on how big you want it. As you can see, it's turning out quite nice already. So this guy with that stitch is like 4.5 inches. Okay, then it just depends on how big you want it. The one that I showed you at the beginning of this is pretty large. It's way bigger than my hand. That's because this is the size my husband wanted. So technically you only need to do a couple more rows, because if I put this in my hand, I only need two more rows and I'm good to go. Okay, but that's the process and the flow, so you can back it up to see. But like I say, I've just finished this front. We've done 2 rounds together, and so now I'm going to start doing half double crochets until I get to the next place. I will let you get it to the size that you want, and then I'll help you finish it off. So keep going. If you need help with how to get do the process in the front again, jump back into the video, and I will be back with you. I'm at my desired height, and you probably, like I shared with you, that this is really tight, so you had to do a lot of tugging to kind of keep it straight as you were moving around. Now, as you remember, when we started this process, after we did our first little boat section down at the bottom, we did the back row first to get that height. But however, when you end, where you want to end is you want to be ending to do the front row first. So I did the back row, and now where I ended off is I did another row of the bobbles in the front. So now I'm ready, and you can see that they're actually pretty close as far as height already. And so what I'm going to do now, I've just finished my bobbles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across the front, and I've just finished my last single crochet there. So now I'm going to go around the back, and instead of doing another, here's where you have a choice. To make it look like the bottom, on the bottom what we did is these are single crochets, and that's what I'm going to do around the top. So instead of doing half doubles now, I am actually going to do a single crochet all the way around to include over the top of those bobbles when I get there. And I'm going to do that twice. So I'm starting here, and I'm going to do single crochets all the way around because I want to have the tops and the bottoms to match. And then when I get around to the other side where these bobbles here, I'm going to continue on and do a single crochet over there. Then I'm going to do that 2 times, and I'll let you work on that, and I'll be with you in a sec. I've almost completed my second round, and so this is what it's looking like at this point. I am like right at the end, and I can see from looking at this here, like I say, this is where it's some of these stuff you have to play it by ear. I can see that if I do these 2 stitches here as single crochets, the height's going to be too high. The rest of this is fine. It's going to match up. So for my last 1-2 stitches that are here, oops, let me do it so you can see. For the last 2 stitches here, I'm going to slip stitch. Okay, and this will help the height line back up. So instead of single crochet the last couple there, I am going to slip stitch because I need to bring that height down. I need to bring the height down, and I need to get to the end. Okay? Now, as you can see, we have them all lined up at this point. I need one more little stitch. Nope, we're good there. Slip stitch right in there. All right. Now we need to start closing. Okay? And to close, what we're going to do is we're going to line up our stitches across the top, and now you can see the bottom here is now, it looks like the top. So it all lines up. And so to close this, what we're going to do is we're just going to line up our stitches, and simple, easy peasy, we're going to slip stitch to close the top. Make sure that your ends are in. I've already done mine. They're inside. So all we're going to do is go back across, line up our stitches, line them up, and we are going to slip stitch to close. So grabbing the stitch on this side, grabbing the stitch there, go over and slip stitch to close. And do that all the way across the top. And once you get done with that, bind off your ends and you are done. And you will have yourself a nice little scrubby that you can use. And that is that. That is what it should look like. Your scrubby is all intact. Once you get these slip stitches across the top, you're done. I have only this much material left, so for me, I was only able to make 2 scrubbies at this size with using this pattern. So anyway, that's what we had to do today. Like I say, you may need to stretch it a little bit more, so that way you kind of, and as you're moving, stretch it to kind of get it all square like I've done. And that's it. That's the topic for today. If you have any other questions, concerns, put a comment in the box below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell. Have a good one.